What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back, speaking my sports talk. All right, sorry about that, guys. Whoever just jumped on the last live, I cranked up the wrong live. That was for the game tonight, so sorry about that. Anyway, it's the power of the mind, guys. So I do have a game tonight, so we won't be on here super long, but I wanted to talk about giving. Because I talk about this often on, my lives when we speak about different topics and everything. But the power, of giving, just in general, how it can free you from a lot of stress, right? Now, one might ask, well, how can giving free you from a lot of stress? Well, here's the thing. I think that it's hard to be and any kind of negative emotion if you're happy. You understand? If you're genuinely happy, how can you be feeling negatively, sad or depressed because you're happy at the time? Well, if you get into the mode of giving and feeling good about giving, no matter what you give, time, help, labor, money, if you get into the mode of feeling good about that, the more you give in that particular time, the more you will be happy. Trust and believe. It may sound strange, but in this day and time, the more I give out, the happier I am. Miguel in the building. What's good with you, Miguel? Appreciate you coming through. And you just gotta try to create the habit. Create the habit. See, give from the heart, man. Give to genuinely help someone. Because once you do that and you see that person smile, you see the gratitude and you feel how happy that person is from the help that you gave to them, that automatically makes you feel good. And it makes you want to do it again and again and again. And then as time goes on, if you're giving more, guess what? In that moment, you're happier more, which means you've automatically relieved stress in your life simply through giving. Simply through giving to other people. Sporting Advantage in the building. What's good? What's good? Appreciate you. D out here giving free money pick. Yeah, man. Y'all gotta come to. That's right. Free picks. It's no charge. You don't have to pay a subscription or any of that. That's right. Sporting Advantage. I'm giving free picks. And right now, guys, if y'all was on the show this morning and you guys put picks in, you're 3 for 3. Perfect. We are perfect so far on the predictions. The NBA free picks this morning. The Thunder covered. They covered the point spread. They won the game 121-103. The Raptors, they covered. They covered the point spread. They won the game 108-99. And we picked the underdog, guys. The underdog for the day. We have picked them. Remember, it's always something kooky that's happening on these days. So the Pelicans opened up the win, but we picked the underdog. We gave the free picks. So if you guys took those picks, the Spurs won 122-113, and they covered, and we picked that. So that's right, Sporting Advantage. I appreciate you. Yes, I am giving free picks. The NBA prediction show. If you guys like to gamble a little, y'all better come to the show. Get some money. Get some money, Sonny. But yes, back to the topic at hand. Let me put this link in the chat too, right quick, for anybody who want to come up here and give your thoughts on giving, because that's what the topic is. So yeah, but so just the other day, I was at the gas station, and it was this guy there with his family, and I could just tell just by talking to him, he was genuine. It wasn't someone out there hustling or nothing like that. He had a really nice vehicle, actually, and they had lost their possession. So he had like less than an eighth of a tank. The tags had Chicago on him. He had no way to get home. He had no wallet, no credit cards, anything like that. So I filled his tank up, and a buddy of mine that was with me gave him, a couple of bucks so that he could get something to eat. And so when we left, we pulled off. We felt good about that, man. It felt good to help that guy and his family out, get back to where they needed to get to. You know what I mean? And it was 40, 50 bucks, whatever it took to fill up his tank. But it's not about that. It's about helping someone, right? Just helping that man and his family get back. And it inspired my guy that was with me. It inspired him as well to give too. So he pulled out of his pocket and gave the guy and his wife and the baby some money for food, see? And it made him feel good. And I didn't tell him, hey, give him some money or nothing, but he felt like he wanted to do that as well. And so in that moment, both of us felt good. I felt good. P felt good. We felt good about giving to these people. And it wasn't about getting anything back. We'll never see that guy, his wife, and that baby again. We'll never see them again. So it wasn't about somebody paying us back the money. It was just about feeling good. It was just about helping someone. It was just about giving, bro. Sporting Advantage said, Spurs pick made me money. Yes, sir. That's what I like to hear. Good stuff, Sporting Advantage. I'm glad you hit, brother. What's good, D. Ron Cowan? What's good with you, my man? Don Machiavelli, what's up with you? All right, guys. Here's the link. There is the link. All right, boom. Brian Harkin in the building. Me just being around family and friends and chilling and talking sports. I know I'm happy. Yeah. And whatever it takes, man. And you know what, Brian? At this moment, you're actually giving as well. Because you're giving Speak Your Mind Sports Talk family, you're giving us your time, fam. You don't have to be here. You could be on anybody else's channel doing anything else. Sorry, guys. I'm snacking as usual. That's what the pause was all about. But yeah. And that's why I always tell you guys I appreciate you. And I really do, because I can't sit up here and talk by myself, man. Or talk to myself. You guys, the comments and everything. Queen Lisa in the building. What's good with you, Lisa? Appreciate you. Father Fenton, Stat. Appreciate you. You're a good man. Respect. You're a good man, Father Fenton. You're a good man, and every other name and picture and logo you come through with, you are a good man. I know who Father Fenton is, so if the rest of you guys know who that is, he's a real good dude. Appreciate you, Father Fenton. Appreciate you, my bro. Brian Hawkins say, yeah, man. El Stefe say, we love to give. We live to give. That's what you got to do. I'm telling you guys, look, check this out. If you, I don't know if any of you guys have ever fed the poor. Fed the people that needed to be fed. Let's put it this way. If you've never done that, you should try it. You should try it. Unless you like this show my wife and I watch. Unless you're a stone cold sociopath. Maybe you wouldn't like it. But I can guarantee you, once you get in there, once you get into the mix and you see all of the people that come through that actually need to eat, that's hungry, and you can imagine, it doesn't matter what your life is. If you could go in your house and eat a bowl of ramen noodles every night, at least you could go eat every night. Some of these people that walk through there will go days without eating. And just go to a soup kitchen and, volunteer and help feed people. And I guarantee you, the feeling that you get from it And you're not giving up money. You're not giving up materials, personal possessions doing that. You're just giving your time. But the key is you're giving. And I implore any of you guys to go do that. Go give like that. Go volunteer and then come back. And it's no way you can tell me you didn't feel good. At least in that moment of time, I guarantee you will feel good. Once you feed or hand a plate out to 2 or 3 people, I guarantee you'll feel good. You'll feel great about it. And so as you do that more, it just relieves stress in your life. Just imagine everybody wants, that's why a lot of people take drugs and get hooked on drugs because they want the feeling of euphoria. You know, drugs that's highly addictive offer a high experience of euphoria. The more intense the euphoria is, the better the drug is. Heroin, they say, is one of the best feelings of euphoria, right? This is why people get hooked on drugs. I'm telling you right now, there is a aspect of euphoria that you get from giving. It becomes addictive, guys. Just like any drug, any alcohol, any vice like gambling or tricking or anything like that. Y'all in the streets tricking. That's addictive to some of those guys. Giving and giving with no expectations, just giving from the heart, it's addictive. So anybody that's listening in the chat that listens to the playback, sometime in the next week or 2, try to do it. Try to go to a volunteer, soup kitchen or anything. Hell, make some sandwiches. Go to the grocery store, get you a few loaves of bread, some lunch meat and some cheese, and those variety bags of chips. Maybe a couple of bags of apples or something. And just make some sandwich bags of lunch. We should do that too. Make some sandwich bags and just go downtown, wherever your city is, and people around that's sitting around that's homeless, just start handing out bags of food to them. Watch the reaction you get, man. And by the time you empty your bag of food, you're riding around, you're finding people that's on the street, that's home. By the time you empty your bag of food, I guarantee you, you'll feel great about it. Absolutely great about it. And it's going to want to make you schedule a time to go do that again. It's the power of giving. It doesn't only help the person that you're giving to, it helps them for sure. But what we have to understand here is it helps us. Because at that point in time, you will relieve yourself of whatever life stresses are that's coming your way. While you're in that moment of giving, helping people out, feeling good, you relieve yourself of whatever life stress, whatever things you have going on. At that point in time, you're feeling good. You're feeling good about what you're doing. You're making someone else feel good. And I can guarantee you it will help you in life because, listen, the less we're stressed in life, the more it helps us. That's a given. What's up, Brian?
I'm good, Jay. Sorry. I'm good, D, and yourself?
Oh, I'm great, bro. Great.
Yeah.
Just wanted to talk about the power of giving, man. You know,
Oh, yeah.
give as much as you can. It really helps.
Absolutely. There's times in my life where I've had nothing, but I've had people around me that were there for me, and you know, for me that was more than anything anyone could ever give me. If you know what I mean. You know.
Yeah,
Like
I got you.
in a positive way, you know. No matter what happens to me, I have family, I've got friends, you know, and as long as I'm there with them and I'm talking and I'm around them and you know we can vibe out and do what we normally do. Well, the coronavirus now we can't do what we normally do, but you know what I mean. You know, I'm pretty much happy guy, but yeah, I've done some charity work in the past, and it's a good feeling. You know, it is positive and it does give you a high in a way where you know you actually feel good about it a lot longer than if you did take drugs, because I am a guy, I've experimented with drugs in the past. You know, I've tried all different types of things. And it's a longer lasting feeling, if you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean.
Yeah. So yeah, and I've done some charity work, and I've helped out underprivileged underprivileged kids, and things like that, and I've donated things. I actually helped a homeless man out once. His clothes were all raggy and worn, and some of my old clothes, because I'm the type of guy I put on weight. So I give him some of my older clothes. They were good clothes, nothing wrong with them. They just didn't fit me. Instead of, you know, I give him some of my older clothes. So, but, uh, and my dad actually bought him, got him, into a shelter, to help him. So, hello?
Yeah, no, I'm here. I just didn't want to cut you off. And let me
Oh,
ask you,
no, no.
at that point, while you were giving, those clothes away and stuff, how'd you feel? Like in that moment, how'd you feel?
I felt quite good. I felt quite good about it, actually, because here was a guy, and at one point he was a very successful. I remember meeting him, and he was telling me about his life, and he apparently some successful businessman, and he invested some money in stocks, and the company he invested in went belly up, and he pretty much lost everything, you know, and uh, he then he was in, then he just got him, by doing that when he was making money, he got himself in so much debt, you know, and at that point everything was repossessed, and he said he was living on the streets for a year and a half. I just met the guy probably about 2 weeks prior to that. I was starting a new job at the time. This was probably about 7, 8 years back. I
Right.
was start, I was starting a new job at the time, and I would see him every day, and during my lunch hour, and I'd walk past him every day during lunch, and he wasn't on the streets. He wasn't begging or anything like that. He was just a guy just sitting out. He looked cold. He looked raggy. This was in the middle of winter, and you know, I just sat down, and he said the best thing anyone's done for me is just sit down and talk to me, because people just think, you know, I'm scum of the earth. That's what he said to me, and I
You
said to him,
know, a lot of people in life are in a spot where, like Fronton 2 in the building, appreciate you coming through, fam. He said, France said, giving and doing right is fuel for the soul. Facts, France. A lot of people are out there, guys, right now as we speak, are out there on the brink of giving up, like giving up on life, right? Chain TC, Texas boy in the building. What's up, fellas? Did you see what happened to Manny Pacquiao when he kept giving his money away? He went bankrupt. Well,
so
did
did
you
Mike Tyson.
hold on for a second? Did you see Texas boy what happened to Manny Pacquiao now? Is he bankrupt now, or is he stupid rich? See, here's the thing, Texas boy. The Almighty says, give and the energy will be returned. So don't give and worry about going bankrupt. Just give from the heart and understand that if you give, that will be returned. Don't worry about material possessions. Don't worry about money. Worry about listen, everything here on earth is upon the creator. I don't care. Everything has energy in it. Even that dollar bill, down when you break it down to the molecules, it has energy in it. The Almighty controls everything. And the simple rule is this, Texas boy. The energy you put out will be returned. So if you give, don't worry about bankruptcy. Don't worry about going broke. Don't worry about that. You can't give enough away where the Almighty won't return it to you. It's not possible because that's not how it works. The energy you put out will be returned. So you can't give enough away for it not to be returned to you. But you can't be in that mindset when you're giving. Remember, you're supposed to give from the heart. Give what you don't think you can afford, Texas boy. Go out there and give somebody what you don't think you can afford to give, and I bet you'll feel good about it. It sounds strange, but I bet you will. That's the thing. And then one day you'll just pop up and you might get a check in the mail, or somebody might do a favor for you that saved you $300 or something like that. You never know. Again, it doesn't have to be monetary, but what if you wanted to get your house painted or get your deck redone, and a friend of yours just came and offered to do it for free? Well, that's a $1,200 job that you never had to pay for. See, it doesn't matter how it comes back. The thing is, it will come back because it's the rule of God. The energy you put out will be returned. So we can say that Manny gave away all his money and he went bankrupt. But what is Manny's status now? It was returned. That's the rules, Texas boy. It will be returned. So it was a good thing that Manny gave away all his money, because now he made sure that he won't be poor again. And guess what? He's not poor again. So we can look at it in whatever perspective we decide to look at it in. But I just look at it as in a situation like Manny Pacquiao. I didn't see Manny giving away all his money and going bankrupt. What I seen is Manny giving away all his money and the Almighty doing what he said he would do. The energy you give out will be returned. So Manny has a bank full of money now. That's what I see, Texas boy. It's all about perspective. Everything is all about perspective.
Absolutely. I agree. I totally agree with that, we only go around once in this life. Well, if you believe in reincarnation or whatever, but for me, you only go once in this life, and
right.
It helps if you can help someone out along the way, who you think has caught a bad break, or because not everyone's is down on their luck or bum. They just caught some bad breaks, But if you can help somebody out along the way, why not?
Why not?
Why not?
I agree totally.
What harm? What harm would it do to you to say to give somebody who's down on their luck an opportunity or a friendly ear, or just even a bit of your time? He's right after I give him the clothes. He said the best thing you did for me was just sit and talk to me, because a lot of people thought I was scum. So, and that's what he said to me. He goes, because the clothes will wear, but he goes, that memory, and I still talk to the guy, and he's back up now. He's back on his feet. He's got his own house. He's doing well. He's probably doing better than me financially. So,
right.
But at that time he was going through a very, very bad patch, and all he just needed was a little bit of help along the way, so why not? It doesn't have to be much, just what you can do to help somebody, because it's, somebody sees value in different things. Some people see value in money, other people see value in time and energy, other people see value in just helping somebody out, so that's
the thing. Reverend Pickles just said, I doubt Manny will ever be bankrupt because his life is rich. And I don't mean money. He's beyond money. That's blessings. Yeah. That's what I mean. Just like Brian just said, there's value. Remember, guys, prosperity and wealth is a perspective. I keep telling people this. Prosperity and wealth is a perspective. And the reason that I say prosperity and wealth is a perspective, because everyone, just like Brian said, don't desire the same things. There are people that's born in America or countries that live, comfortably like America, and they believe that the big houses, the big cars, the big bank accounts, and that's prosperity and wealth. And okay, if that's what their perspective of prosperity and wealth is, then they will never be wealthy or prosperous until they reach that. But when you look at people from third world countries and less fortunate countries, their perspective of prosperity and wealth is that of lower middle class or low income people in these countries. Just a house with running water, being able to have food in their fridge every day, a vehicle to drive. You understand? That's prosperity and wealth to them, their perspective. So it's all about what you feel that you have enough of, an abundance of, a surplus of. Some people need more to feel like they have abundance. Some people need more to feel like they have surplus. This is what turns this wealth idea into a perspective. Being rich is a perspective, and like Reverend Pickle says here, many will never be bankrupt because his life is rich. It's not about money. He gave that money away because that was on his heart's desire.
Yeah.
It made him feel good, and I'm telling you guys, it makes you feel good to give. This is why Manny gave away a lot of that fortune.
Yeah, I would.
Quick, he said France said Texas boy, maybe he did go bankrupt. You could be right, but he gave what he had to someone who had nothing. Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing. Like that's the good part, because whatever he gave away and who he gave it to, those people didn't have before. At least Manny was in the position and had the money to do that. And like I said, he's got fortunes again. Ron Cowan said people should give from the heart, not from a place of expectation. Plus, it does leave you with feeling. You might receive help from a place or a person that you least expected. Absolutely. Absolutely, that's what will happen, Ron. That will absolutely happen. And I can guarantee that, guys, because it happens to me all the time. It happens to me all the time. And all I do is I just continue to give. What people give to me, help me out, do favors for me all the time. And listen, when that happens to you guys, remember, if you're out there giving from the heart and someone gives you something, receive it and appreciate it and thank them for it, because it's a part of the cycle. It doesn't matter if it's $1,000 or if it's a lollipop. Give them the same gratitude and appreciation. Doesn't matter what they give you. Show the same gratitude and appreciation for receiving something you didn't have to put any effort in for, something that just came to you. It's God's blessing to you. It's how it works. You gave, so now something is being given to you. You know what I mean? And so you have to be appreciative of everything that's given to you. Don't look down on it. Don't look like icy, whoever you are, man. This is not the time for that. So I don't want no more comments like that, or you're gonna get the boot. All right. Sporting Advantage says, I've lived homeless as a child. The people who showed love need nothing now. You have no clue how much it means to kids. Love is universal. For sure, bro. That one is deep, Sporting Advantage. Kids, let me tell you something, guys. I give to kids so much. Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
I just saying absolutely, like that. That is like as honest a comment as you'll ever get, and no, I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
There's a guy who's lived, and he turned out the other side, and I'm hoping he's well now, and I see him in the comment sections a whole lot, so I'm glad your life's, good now, and
yeah, and that's what happens. See, people holler when they get down on their luck, hit rock bottom, as they say, and they get down on themselves and they wonder how they're going to dig out of that hole. If somebody was to tell them at that point in time, just go start giving. You're in a bad situation, but just go help people. And then they're like, what the fuck you mean go help people? I need help myself. I'm in a bad situation myself. What the hell you mean go help people? Well, this is a prime example of what Sporting Advantage is talking about. And again, a lot of us would be considered low income. And this is why I'm saying go give now. Because what we consider low income, trust me, if you have time to sit on this thing right now and listen to me, you are already fortunate because you have a cell phone or you have a tablet or you have some form to get on the internet. So you're already fortunate at some level. So no one here has an excuse not to give. You can afford to give. Everyone can afford to give. And I'm telling you, it's only going to make your life better. It's only going to make your life better. Those people who helped Sporting Advantage when he was younger, they have no worries.
Absolutely.
Christian pastor Francis Chan sold his vehicles and house and gave everything to the poor and needy. Francis Chan has nothing and he is happy. Mahatma Gandhi had hundreds of millions of people following him. Hundreds of millions of people following him. And he had nothing. Think about this. Someone who has no possessions, no income coming in is able to have hundreds of millions of people following him. And he was at peace. He was happy. So tell me that it's not about a perspective. I'll say it again. Mahatma Gandhi had nothing. He had no personal worldly possessions, cars, and all of this. And he influenced hundreds of millions of people. Think about that, guys. With the influence that he had from all of these people, people love this man. Do you think he needed anything? He would never need for anything. If he needed food, all of those people he influenced that loved him, you think they wouldn't have fed him? You think they wouldn't have clothed him? You think they wouldn't have housed him? He needed nothing. The only thing Mahatma Gandhi needed was love and to give. And that's what he did. He's a perfect example of what I'm telling you. This guy was prosperous and abundant in all your means, if you could think of, because with that many people you have influence with, that much love, if one day these people decide to give you $1, that's $350 million that he would have acquired overnight, literally overnight.
I think he would have.
But the potential's there for him to do that because he did what? He gave. He gave his life for people. He gave his whole life. He never sought to acquire the man's idea of riches and wealth. He never sought to acquire those things, the materialistic things, the monetary wealth. He never, that was never on his path, right? So, but he was literally as wealthy as any of those guys, because if he needed any of that, if he needed to travel, could Mahatma Gandhi not get to where he needed to go? Sure he could. And people would be dying to take him. He was Gandhi. There were rich people that followed him that would die to have him fly on their private plane. He didn't have to own one. All he had to do was give. Perfect example for what I'm saying here.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. He didn't need the earthly possessions. I didn't follow him, so, but what I know about him, he spread a message of hope and love and peace, and you can't argue with that.
Yeah, you can't. At Superb Supreme, I'm getting ready to put my Twitter address in the chat. Just hit me there. Follow me there. I'll follow you back, and you could DM me from there. All right, there it is, Superb Supreme. Just follow me on Twitter, and then I'll hit you back on that. All right, Texas. Allison said Texas is the best university in America for sports and top 5 education. That's great, Alistair. We're talking about giving, Alistair. Well, thank you for giving us. I appreciate you giving us that information you gave to us, Alistair. I appreciate it. Major Key Boxing. Peace D, France, Lisa, and everyone. Appreciate you, Major Key. It's slowly changed in the past 9 years. Yep. Okay, let me see.
You might be talking.
My man Father Fenton is back with another stat. Father Fenton, respect to you, good man. Respect to you, good man.
Respect.
Yeah. So let me slide down.
Mark told me he doesn't know who that is.
What you say?
Mark told me he doesn't know who that is. Father Dougal McGuire.
Mark said that he doesn't know who Father Fenton is.
Yeah, and Father Dougal McGuire and Father Ted Crilly and
Father Dougal McGuire. I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate you.
He said he wished.
Let me tell you something about Father Fenton, Father McDougal, Father Dougal McGuire, or any other father, rabbi, priest. See, the things I believe don't contradict religion. It actually coincide with religion. Because it's all about being godlike, man. What is not being godlike? Giving. What about giving is not being godlike? God gave to all of us. Every one of us have a piece of energy in us, and it comes from the Almighty. So he's led by example. He started off by example. He's given to each and every one of us. So what could not be godlike about reciprocating that? You understand?
I do. I absolutely do. I'm sort of religious, so I do have that religious background. My family is very religious, and I sort of grew up with that and understand. So yeah, I'm gonna say I'm a Catholic.
Right.
I go to before the coronavirus, I went to church every Sunday, and and I wake up on Sunday morning for the early mass, and because it's played here on TV.
Right.
So I wake up for that there, and I do pray to God, and so yeah.
Icy, I wouldn't block you for that, Icy. It's all good, fam. Major Key Boxing says, also, even if it's not money, you can give your time by volunteering. One of my favorite things to do. True facts. That's what I was saying. Boxing Monster in the building. What's up? I always help the less fortunate ladies of Dallas. I'm always asking, making unsolicited donations. You know what, Boston?
Is that the $1 bill? Is it?
Yeah, well, you gotta help somebody. Everybody needs help, Monster. So, touche. Good job. TC said exactly. YD and I speak your mind sports talk. People will never go broke. That's right. I don't. Again, like even being broke is a perspective. Because again, like with the whole Gandhi story, you don't have to have money to influence people. You don't have to have money to have people help you out. People help you out. The Almighty put it on their heart to help you out. Someone to just walk up to you and give to you. So you don't have to have certain things for people to help you out, for you to be fortunate. Fortune comes from what you do. Luck. You got this word luck. Well, for all of you guys that believe in luck, trust me on this. You increase 80-fold your luck factor the more you give. If that makes any sense to you. So, because I don't believe in luck. I believe there's balance. God has balance. And again, the energy you put out will be returned. So when fortunate things happen to you, there's a reason for it. It's because of the way you were living. So when fortunate things come your way, you might win some money, find some money. You might get somebody to pay something off for you. Or a bill was An old bill was forgiven or whatever. Something fortune comes your way. I believe that's because of something that you did in the past, and it's the energy being returned. I don't believe in luck, but for everyone that believes in luck, trust me on this. The more you give, you'll increase your luck factor 80-fold. I promise you that. Try it. Try it for 5 or 6 months. Just start giving. And watch. Things are gonna start happening to you. You're gonna be like, oh man, I'm lucky this happened. Oh man, that's lucky this happened. It's not luck, guys. It's balance. It's God's word. It's the energy you're putting out.
Yeah. Has anybody ever found something like a wallet or anything?
A wallet?
And
Oh yeah. I found wallets, money,
yeah,
all types of stuff.
yeah.
I wouldn't. Oh, go ahead, Brian.
When I was 18 years old, I was doing a computer course, and we had a room in the hotel, right? Anyway, during a lunch break on a Friday, we went down to the bar, have a few drinks. Um, yeah, I had a few drinks during the lunch break, and I went into the toilet and I found a wallet. And this is a Friday, and somebody just must have got paid because the wallet was bulging. So I went and I handed it into reception in the hotel we were at, And
Right.
then she knew who I was because she knew I was a part of the course. And it was a guy working in the hotel. He was a car parking attendant,
Right.
in the hotel there. So that was fine. And he comes up to my room. He comes up to my room and he hands me 100. He goes, "How you doing?" He hands me £100, which was Irish pounds back then. So, if you do the right thing, it may come back to you unfold. Believe me, there was a lot more than £100 in that wallet, though. But tell you the truth, I felt quite good about. I felt quite good about it. And I couldn't believe this guy just handed me £100 just like that. And he goes, there was a lot more in the because there was credit cards and all that there. And he goes, you saved me the hassle of canceling everything because it's not like
Yeah. Because see, here's the thing. Like again, God don't discriminate. The energy you put out is gonna come back. So if you take, then something's gonna be taken from you. I was in the store and I gave the lady a $10 bill, and I only bought like I don't know $4 worth of stuff, $4 and some change. And she gave me $95 and some change back. And so I scratched my head. I said, excuse me, I think you gave me a little bit too much money. Now, at that point, I could have folded the money up, walked out of the store, and been about my business. But inside, you know that you're taking. Forget about the fact she made a mistake, because that's how a lot of people will justify it. Well, she the one that gave me the money. Yeah, but you're the one who walked out with it. It doesn't matter the mistake this person made. You knew that money was not supposed to come back to you, and you walked out with it. So at that point, the energy you put out, you took. That's going to happen to you, regardless of how you look at it. So I was in the store and she gave me $95 some change back, and I said, I think you gave me too much. And she said, no. Click the register when you gave me 100 and looked down and it was a $10 bill. And she was like, oh my God, thank you so much. And so I gave her the money back, and she reached in the drawer and she gave me the 10 back, and she was like, it's on me. You see?
You know what you might have done for her, D? You might have saved her job.
Very possible. I could have saved her job. Very possibly so, because these stores don't want to hear that. Maybe she had an incident before and they told her, one more time your drawer comes short, it's over. You're fired. And this could have been the day. And then the drawer was short $95. You know what I mean? And then she's fired.
Yeah, you just might have saved her job by doing that. So, in that way too, even though she give you $10, you give her a lot more than that there, because you give her a little bit more security in her life and her financial, maybe, in her financial life,
Right.
or maybe she has a family, maybe she got kids,
Right. And
you
then
know.
I said, people always say I could be a great man, but I would rather be a good man. John F. Kennedy. Right. Right. Intend to be great. How many fans out here, boxing fans? We got a lot of us are boxing fans. What's the demand on these fighters? Demanding them to be great. Y'all not
Yeah.
demanding them to be good.
Yeah,
So
but that's
what the fuck you preach?
sports.
Y'all not demanding these fighters to be good. Y'all demanding these fighters to do what it takes to be great. So practice what you preach. Be great yourself. Put that same demand that you put on others, put it to yourself. Demand yourself to be great. It is a great thing to give. Trust me. I know people inspired to blow up in big ways as far as making money and gaining possessions. But if you have a roof over your head, food to eat, things like that, you're richer than you think. Exactly, Ron. Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's what I was talking about. Why I say that it's a perspective, because there are people in this world suffering. Almost 200 countries in this world, and only 15 of them live the way we live. Everybody else is struggling, and that's the reality of it. And if you just kind of think about the numbers, 7 billion people in this world, and that's divided amongst almost 200 countries. Well, if you only have 15, only 15 countries, bro, that's a small percentage of us that's living well. The rest of the world is living in poverty. So this whole idea of what riches and prosperity and abundance is just a perspective. Because if you go tell your sob story to a lot of these people in these many, many different countries, they would stone you out of their fucking village. Get the hell out of here, you crying about that type of shit. Get out of here with
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The law of
Yeah.
relativity,
No.
guys. It's called
True.
the law of
True.
relativity. You relate your situation to the next person. If you think you got it so bad in life, relate. Use the law of relativity. Relate your situation to someone else's. And everybody that's here talking to me, I can guarantee you, if you utilize the law of relativity, you wouldn't feel so bad, because there are plenty of people out here doing much, 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 much worse than you are. Guaranteed. Glenn Avery in the building. What's good, Glenn?
Chilling, brother, dealing with these damn lightning storms over here in Florida.
Oh
But
no, not the lightning.
yeah, man. So if I break up, that's why, because it's just like it's been raining for the past 3 days. But now I'm just over here just listening in, because I mean, at the end of the day, I found a wallet one time in the back of a bus, bro. You know what I'm saying? Late night, I'm trying to get home from work, man, and I did the wrong thing. I took the money out and left the wallet there because I had a social security card. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Couple days later, I was in debt for some. My lights went off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is years ago though. You know what I mean? Because since then I've grown a lot. As a man. But it happened to me. So I'm not gonna say every man's perfect. You know what I mean? I've done a lot of bad things in the past, and when it comes back to me, I realize that, hey, damn, that's because of this. I realize at the moment that it's happening, like, oh man, it's because of this. So I think because of that, I've been blessed in the last few years, because I feel like I've already did my time, per se.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that's come back to me already.
Right.
And since then, everything that I've been doing good, is starting to come back to me now.
And,
And
again, bro, it's all about balance.
yeah,
That's what I'm telling you, like God, universal law, God's law, whatever you want to listen.
I know, man. I got the secret right now, bro. I got the book right now, bro. I've seen it too on the video, but I know what you're talking about.
It's balance, bro. The energy you put out will be returned. People always cry, woe is me, woe is me. Why is this happening to me? But unlike Glenn, they never look within themselves and say, did I do this? Did I do this? If you stole a piece of candy out of the store as a child, at some time in your life, you're going to pay for that.
Right.
That's just how it works. you're going to pay for that, right? If you beat a kid up and took his lunch money, if you took extra food when you wasn't supposed to, if you did any of these little simple things that you think just simple, when you did those things, you were looking over your shoulder. You were making sure nobody seen. You knew it was wrong. So nobody has to prove it because it's you and the divine. He knows what you did, right? A piece of him is in you. So he knows what action you put forth, what energy you put out. You can't hide that from the divine. You can hide it and deceive the person that you stole it from or whoever you were being slick toward. Oh, you can hide it from them, but you can't hide it from the divine. And at the moment you do that, you put that energy out, you're just telling them, hey, I want somebody to take something from me later down the line. I need this right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. I'm going to steal it, but I'll just go ahead and pay for it later. So you can go ahead and have somebody steal something from me later. That's basically
but the universe charges you that tax on top.
Right. Yeah. So you don't steal $1 and think that they're just going to steal $1 from you. Nah, if you steal $1, they're probably going to snatch 10 up off of you, but that's how it works. It's balance because at that moment, whoever you took from, you made them feel bad. So you committed 2 sins. You stole, then you offended, you committed sin against that person. You took from them something that wasn't yours. So you got to pay for that, right? That's how it works.
Yeah, man. And one of the things that I want to say, the reason I keep pushing volunteering, whenever you bring up these topics, man, because you feel so great. I don't know. It's a simple thing to do. Like if people don't know, for summers and, even evenings, Boys and Girls Club, man, it's a great free thing to do. You sign up. All you got to do is hang out with kids. You play, you play kickball with them. You play basketball with them. You read books to the little ones, if you want to do something else, you could go to let's say a Ronald McDonald House, where if you don't know about that, that's people that their kids are very sick and the parents don't have enough money to afford a hospital, so they stay in this place. And then you could cook them food or you could just clean up. You know what I mean? Like just simple things like that. You know what I mean? Like you could do a little trash cleaning day. And you could bring your kids to most of these events.
Right.
And so it makes you feel good afterwards because you did something. And sometimes you see the people there thanking you on the spot. So for me, I'm not to say that it's a little selfish, but you know what I'm saying. But I feel great after I do it. But I know that I'm doing good for somebody else that can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I volunteer as a boxing coach. I give my time for free, and I've been doing that for 7 years. So and I do it 5 nights a week for 3 hours a night.
And who's this? I can't see your name on the screen.
Brian.
Oh, yo, that's awesome, Brian.
And I've been doing that. For 7 years.
That's my man, Brian Harkin.
Okay. I've seen him in the chat before.
Yeah. So I've been doing that for 7 years, and before that, I was a fighter at the same boxing club. But I got my coaching when I was doing my fighting, and when I was about finishing up, I got my coaching badges, and I became one of the assistant coaches on the gym and around the place, and I became a full-time coach, and I've been doing that for 7 years. So and it's something I enjoy doing. I give up my time 3 hours a night, 5 nights a week, and I just love being around the gym. Tell you the truth, and I love being around that energy and around young, because there's a lot of young kids come through the door. And between the ages of 7 to 30, 35, 40-year-olds, you got different characters, you got different levels coming in, and you see a lot of these young kids growing up. Kids I seen 10 years ago, they're still coming in, and they're coming in on a regular basis, and yeah, it's just something I enjoy doing. I really do. I just love being in that atmosphere, around that energy, and that it does give me a good feeling. But I think because I enjoy doing it, it's not something that I dread doing. Oh no, they do another 3 hours of this. That's like, when I was working, I'd come home, maybe get something to eat. I'm out the door, I'm out the door. I want to go to it.
Oh, hell yeah. My man Tim Dub in the building. What's good with you, Tim Dub? I'm glad you're here. Uh Tim Dub, everybody, is a perfect example, man. Tim Dub was battling cancer, and Tim Dub just ran around and started being happy, man. Giving, changing his life. Tim is here with us. And I'm telling you, it got a lot to do with that. Give, bro, time. Tim was giving a lot of his time, supporting a lot of people when he was the one going through cancer. Think about this, guys. Tim was the guy going through cancer. And at that time, while he was going through cancer, Tim was giving. A lot of his time, a lot, just give. And now Tim's here with us today. The proof is in life, man.
Oh yeah, that's a top man there.
Just to answer Sporting Advantage question, I'm in Orlando, Florida. Yeah, that's where I was.
Scooby Too in the building. He said all those karma type theories sound good, but what's the actual physical evidence of it being true? I never heard anything aside from anecdotal evidence. Well, everything, I would say this, Scooby Too, everything in life is about perspective, and nothing is true until you prove it to be true. See, societies will say, oh, that's fake, this is fake, this is not real. And I always use the same, I always use the story with Thomas Edison, right? What's up, Boston Nick, my man? I always use the story with Thomas Edison, and I say that they said that it was fake. It was a lie that you could harness the power of electricity. No one knew what it was. And Thomas Edison figuring out how to harness it, the feat was more impressive than him actually figuring out how to harness it, because he tried over 10,000 times. So just the fact that he did that over 10,000 times, try something, that's amazing in itself. Most of us only try shit 5 or 10 times and we're like, fuck it, it ain't gonna work, and give up and move on to the next thing. He tried 10,000 times, but he accomplished it. But prior to Thomas Edison accomplishing this, it was a lie. It was a lie, Scooby Too. It was a lie that we could harness the power of electricity. So the reason it was a lie is because no one seen evidence of it. So to the broad perspective, Scooby Too, it wasn't true. But if I ask you today, is it true, Scooby Too? You would tell me, yeah, it's absolutely true, because you go in your house and flip on a goddamn light switch. So it has to be true. Truth is upon perspective, and we're creators, all of us. God has given us the power to create. This is why you always have what's called new inventions. These are no inventions. The energy is here. Someone just figured out how to utilize it, put it together. The energy's here. The universal energy is here. And for things that people say is a lie or it's not true, it's because it hasn't been proven yet. So the reason I just ran through all of that, Scooby Too, is what I'm telling you, what Glenn Avery is telling you, what Brian Harkin is telling you, is we've experienced and seen this to be true. Maybe you haven't experienced karma to be true in your life yet. Therefore, to you, it seems untrue, but practice it. How about you do this, Scooby Too, for the next 2 months? Give as much as you can give, and then come back 2 months to me later. I'll be here. The rest of us will be here. Come back to me 2 months later and tell me that there's no evidence of it. I believe that if you give for the next 2 months and take it seriously, give without any expectation, give from your heart, be joyous, appreciative, and happy that you're fortunate enough to be able to give. If you do that for the next 2 months, Scooby Too, I can guarantee you will not have these questions that you have right now, because there's no evidence of it, because you haven't experienced it yet. That's what makes it untrue. Boston Nick in the building. What's good with you, fam?
No, I was just agreeing with what you said. Yeah, I've experienced both bad and good karma. So
Right, it's real, man. What you put out is gonna come back, bro. You all of us have these woe is me stories. Like it's been times in our lives we're like, man, why the fuck is this happening to me? Well, look in the mirror, Jack. You know the reason it's happening to you. Cause somewhere down the line, you don't fuck somebody over. Now it's your turn.
Dude, if I could piggyback off of that, right?
Go ahead.
So it's also about being aware of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's you know, if you don't notice it, or you're not acknowledging or holding yourself accountable, and you don't notice it, then that's a different story. You know what I mean? So you know, you got to be aware of it as well. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're just struggling and you blaming somebody else, and you know, not holding yourself accountable, then you're probably going to continue to do the wrong things and continue to suffer. You know what I'm saying? So you got, at some point, you got to wake up and you know, and just hold yourself accountable. Like you said, look in the mirror, Jack. You know what I'm saying? And hold yourself accountable and be aware of what you're doing, because you're sending out the same thing that you're experiencing. You're sending it out, and then it's boomeranging right back to you.
Exactly.
Give out good vibes, you're gonna get good vibes back. And if everybody give out good vibes, then there'll be a lot more good vibes going around.
It's the truth, bro. You look at like, okay, so let's take a riot. I mean, not a riot, but a protest, right? We have these protests happening now, Black Lives Matter protests and whatever. And you can have 500 people out there protesting peacefully, right? And they're holding their signs up. And then you have 10 idiots that come and throw stones or bottles. And what type of energy is immediately spread? Negative energy. Now you got people out there fighting. You got the police gassing the crowd because that negative energy.
Molotov cocktails being thrown back at, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Right. See, the energy you put out will be returned. It will be returned. So again, guys, and Scooby Too says, I hear what you're saying, but that's the definition of anecdotal evidence. Nobody's proved it was true, but this is what I'm telling you, Scooby. Okay, it said nobody believed it was true. That's logical, but this is what I'm telling you, Scooby Too. We have proved it was true. We've proven to all of us, everybody on this panel, we've proven it's true. I'm just saying I don't believe that you've had the experiences, and as Glenn said, are you acknowledging and accepting that you may have caused these problems? Because a lot of people, remember, guys, I always sit up here and I talk about accountability on many subjects, whether it be in boxing, we talk about politics, the African-American community, whatever. I always say accountability. People are not willing to hold themselves accountable. They don't want to say it's my fault. In this society, it's a narcissistic society. It's always someone else's fault. We don't want to believe that it's our fault. So Scooby Too, if you take some time to sit back and say, okay, did I do this? Did I do this? Did I do that? And maybe this is why this is happening to me. Hold yourself accountable. And then in the same instant, like I said, spend 2 months giving and watch it happen to you. Because once this happens to you, Scooby Too, there will be no question. It's not anecdotal anymore. Once this happens to you, it becomes a truth. You're like, oh shit, this is real. It really is real. So it's no questions. It's not anecdotal. Now it may be anecdotal to someone else because they haven't experienced it. And so what I'm saying to you is I don't think that you've experienced it yet. Just like all of the people back when Thomas Edison said, I can harness this power, they didn't experience it. They never seen him or anybody else, harness this electrical power. But once they saw it, Scooby, once they saw him flip a switch, they was like, holy shit, it is true. And that's what happened to you, fam.
I'll give you a perfect example, though. At a bar that it's a stupid one, but it's a perfect example. At a bar that I go to, the first time this chick started, I thought she was ignoring me or whatnot. She wasn't, so I was a dick to her. You know what I mean? And I realized I was a dick to her. And then for the next, like you said, 2 months, for the next couple months, I was nothing but pure kind to her. And next thing you know it, she's nothing but kind to me. We're good friends. So I gave a bad vibe. I felt a bad vibe coming. I gave a bad vibe back out, right? She gave a bad vibe back to me. I gave a good vibe. Good, you know what I mean? So that's how it's not, that's how it works. You open a door for somebody that's never opened a door for you before, and then all of a sudden they're opening doors for you next time they see you.
Exactly, man. I go into the stores in my local area, you know, whether it be gas stations, convenience stores, more personal stores, not like Walmarts or grocery stores. They see
Yeah.
too many people, but more personal stores like your little
Corner store.
Safeways and corner stores and such. And I go into these stores and I make it a point to most of the time always leave the change behind. So if I'm breaking a dollar or something or $5 bill, and now I mean the coins, guys. If it's like $17, I'm not like that. But I mean the coins. The coins. I make it a point to always leave the coins behind. Something that simple, guys. I go into all of these stores around me, and everybody smiles when I come in, and that's just simple because I'm giving that change for the next person. But the people that work there and the people that own the stores, I come in and like, hey, how you doing today? Hey, you know, their demeanor is of joy. And it comes from giving because I decide to give those few pennies or dimes or nickels for the next person.
Yep. That corner
I
store
know,
I'm talking about is the same way. I walk in, I'm on a first name basis with all of them. You know what I mean? Like, there's times where I forgot my wallet. You know what I mean? But they,
and they
you know,
let you slide. Oh, don't
yeah,
worry about it. Don't even worry about it. It
get
happens to
me
me all
next,
the time, bro.
get me next time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it happens to me all the time. Sometimes it's not even get me next time. I was at this drive-through this year. I smoked a Black and Miles. Y'all see that, right? So I had a $20 bill, and the guy, it was the owner. He was running the till that day, and I had a $20 bill. He had just sent someone to get change, and I was like, man, I got some change in my car. He's like, oh man, fuck it. You probably done left $5 anyway. Just take it. That was it. You
Right.
see, he just gave me this cigar, right? And that's how it happens, guys. This is what I'm telling you, Scooby Too. When you start to experience these things, there's no question anymore if it's not real or not. Father Jack Hackett in the building.
That's my favorite.
I appreciate your Father Jack Hackett. I still have an idea of who the clergyman is, and I'll keep it.
Okay.
But I appreciate.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Has anybody ever seen the Denzel Washington Move Forward graduation speech?
I have not.
I've not either.
No, that's on. It's Denzel Washington. He was talking to a bunch of graduation students. I don't know what college, but it's on YouTube. It's about 10 minutes long. I guarantee you can listen to it. It's basically it's fall forward. If you're going to fall forward. Keep moving forward. Basically, is the speech.
Like paying it forward type thing.
Yeah. Watch the speech. It is absolutely inspiring. Basically, he talks about his life and the times when he was down, and you know how he just kept moving forward and life and all that. There, you know, it's brilliant. Everyone in the panel, if you haven't listened to it, go and listen to it. I listened to it a few weeks ago. I came onto it by chance because I was listening to the what do you call you know that any given Sunday the coach 3 inches in front of your face. Yeah, and that was on right after it. You know, it just went up to the next, and I sat down and I just listened to it, and I just thought it was brilliant, and I advise everyone to go watch that speech.
I'll check it out.
It's such a positive, you know, energy onto it, you know.
I've seen it before. There's a powerful speech.
Yeah, definitely. Go watch it. If anyone who hasn't, even if you watched it before, go watch it again. You know, it's it was a good speech. You know.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, and like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out. No doubt. Where am I at? My bad, guys. I was doing something on the computer. Let me get back to the chat. I'm always working. Father Jack Hackett again. I appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you. Father Jack in the building. Jordan C in the building. Jordan C is one of the most consistent guys in the prediction league. I want to point that out. the Boxing Prediction League. Chad Ross and I was looking at this. Jordan is consistent as hell, guys. I'm telling you, he's always hovering up around the top 10, like every season. I see you, Jordan. I see you, my man. Appreciate you coming through, my man. Hey, Boston Nick, let me
You
tell
guys
you
have a prediction league? That's pretty dope.
Yeah, let me tell you something, Boston Nick. I'm on fire, fam, on this basketball shit, bro. I'm telling you, I'm perfect right now. I'm perfect today on the overs and the unders, the spreads. Who was going
Yeah.
the underdog? Perfect. We perfect today right now.
You start shooting me that goddamn info. I'm gonna start fucking putting my dollar, or
I'm going to shoot.
my dollar where your mouth is.
Yes, sir. Look, let me tell you this, fam. Let me tell you this. After these first 3 games that already passed, we was already at 23-4 on the picks. So those first 3 games that passed, that puts us up to 26-4 right now.
It's all recorded, right? Just
Yes.
because I can use that to send to people.
Yes. It's
Perfect.
there. You can. I have the receipts, fam.
I believe it. Exactly. I know. I believe it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they were like, and today, man, like the show today, all you do, shit, after this live, you can go look at the show this morning and look at the fucking scores. Look at the overs, the unders, the spread, everything. Just listen to what I said on the show to suggest.
When it comes to the odds, are you starting to get a little bit hang of the odds and whatnot?
Man, yeah, I'm starting to get the hang of a lot of this stuff, bro. I got somebody helping me too. You know what I mean? Gun Rights, he's a professional gambler. That's what he does. He lives out in Vegas. That's all he does. Yeah. Gamble. So he's helping me out with this. He's the other guy to be on the show in the morning. But I'm telling you, I'm getting it. I'm getting it slowly but surely, Nick.
I'm telling you, I mean, we have a couple guys that are pretty decent, but I know for a fact that for me, 24-3, 23-4, whatever the fuck you just said, that's big. That's big money. You know what I mean? So
hell yeah, I got guys already
over under.
Like, man, you want me money on this? You want me money on that? I'm like, great. Hey, y'all keep winning that money,
right? Dude, I lost the freaking under today in the OKC game by a half a point. I had under 23.5, and I tried to take the under 25.5, and right when I hit the send button, it spun, and went down to 123.5, and then I had to take that right away because it was starting to, you know what I mean? I knew it was getting close to where I shouldn't go too low. Right. And he had a 3 with like 0.9 seconds left, and they were already the game was already done. You know what I mean? They're already up 1. You know what I mean? And he just threw it up, sunk it, and I lost by half a point. Unreal. That happens in basketball.
Yeah, it happens, man. It happens. I mean, those 4. Everyone.
OKC game?
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave it alone because I don't want to bore everybody with this. But every one of the 4 games, right? Peep this out. Every one of the 4 games was -5 or more.
Okay.
So the dogs that beat them, they opened up. Not even open up. The current when the shit started was -5 or more.
Okay.
So that's how crazy it was. Like none of those games were supposed to go that way. None of them. And
right. That was my 1-point game. Okay, so basically all the dogs won. You're saying, right?
Yep, they were all dogs. They were all underdog wins.
Well, the money, the point spread on the dogs won on all of them, right?
Oh, every one of them. Every one of them.
Okay.
Well, just crazy, bro. It's just crazy. Kelma Velasquez says, D, what up, brother? What's your Charlo's predictions? Jamel wins probably, I say 9th round knockout. Jamal, I'm saying Jamal 9. I think Jamal needs to stop him too, but I'm saying right now Jamal 9. I think the Reverend Chinko had good success against Triple G, but I think it's the style clash is why he had the success he will have with Triple G. Jamal Charlo moves differently, punches differently, he's quicker, he's more athletic. It's going to be a different matchup for the Reverend Chinko. And I got Jamal Charlo stopping him. I like that fight. Even if it goes the distance, I see Jamal probably winning majority or unanimous decision because you have to ask yourself this. The Reverend Chinko is almost in a position here, guys. And when we're talking about gambling, I'm just going to put it to you just like this. The Reverend Chinko is almost in a lose-lose situation here. They're going to rob the shit out of him if it goes to the cards and it's too close. They're going to rob the hell out of him. He has no market value. They can't sell him. They can't do anything with him. So if it's too close on the cards, 8-4, some shit like that, they're going to rob him. Jamal Charlo will get the split of majority decision. So essentially, you're looking at the Reverend Chinko going in there and having to knock Jamal Charlo out. I doubt it, bro. He's not going to stop Charlo. So I'm looking at Charlo for the stop at 9 or Charlo by decision. Either way, Jamal wins. And Jamel, I'm totally confident in him. So there you go, fam. Make some money on that.
Get her done.
Yes, sir. Get it done. So, guys, I'm gonna kick it with you guys a little longer. I do got the Rockets in the I got the Rockets game tonight. I'm doing live commentary. The Rockets versus the Kings. But
Yeah.
you know, that's gonna be good. But we're gonna keep kicking it right now. And it's pretty much open topic right now, guys. The power of the mind. And you know, I love to talk about these things, but it's just to give. I mean, that's what I want everyone to take away. And I implore everyone, if you can, take that challenge. Remember, it's a 2-month challenge, a 2-month challenge for everybody that's just coming in. I put this challenge out here before you guys stepped in. 2 months. For the next 2 months, give as much as you can give. Even in some, if you don't feel, I got you, Double M. I got you, fam. If you don't feel like you have enough, give it anyway. And don't worry about having enough. Don't worry about anything coming in return. Just give. Give from the heart. Give to help. 2 things are going to happen. I promise you this. 1, you're going to release stress. You might ask me how. Don't worry about it. I guarantee you're going to release stress. If you continue this and you pick up this habit, it's going to help you release stress, because in that time that you're giving, at that moment, when you get that reaction, when that person is grateful, it's going to make you feel good. Trust me on that. The second thing it's going to do, fortunate things are going to start happening for you. I promise you. And it'll only take 2 months. You'll see. Fortunate things are going to happen for you. So everybody take that challenge. And 2 months later, I'm going to put another live up talking about Live to Give, and I want y'all to come back. If you decide to take this challenge, I want you to come back and tell me what the results was. Scooby Too, I definitely want you to do it, brother. I want you to do this challenge, Scooby Too, so that you can know it's real and not anecdotal. That's what I'm telling you, dog. Because it's real, Scooby Too. It's not an anecdote. I'll put the link in there for you. Boxing Logics United. But
Scooby hit that big
just
word.
like Boston Nick. Yeah, Scooby Too with the big words. Just like Boston Nick. I give y'all example. Boston Nick and all of those guys over there, Oz HQ. Y'all always hear me talk about Oz HQ. This is Boston Nick and, you know, my man Jimmy Mad Mills, those guys. Listen, what these guys are doing are giving. Their whole show is designed. Do y'all know that there is people out there? This is real. Nick will back me up on this. They charge people for information on how to gamble. You can get paid for this. You get paid for it. But what Boston Nick and those guys are doing, they're giving away free picks. They're giving away free information so that you can make money. Well, Boston Nick and those guys ain't even been on this fucking platform for long, and they done shot from 0 to over 5,000 just like that. It's from giving, guys. It's proof right there. Look how successful they are. You give, you shall receive. Just that simple.
We started a Discord and everything. Anybody want to be a part of it? You know what, D? I got to send you an invite. I don't know why I haven't. It's all free content, and every sport. I mean, people that, and I tell you this much: the content and the picks we give out are better than people that charge for picks, because no matter what, you're going to pay a certain amount of package for that. I guarantee the ROI, if you mix in their money when it comes to the package and stuff like that, it's going to be, we're gonna kill them. Anybody, you know what I mean? And a lot of free content will, you know what I mean? So don't buy any type of picks. I'm against that to the core. So free content, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and go check those guys out, man. Oz HQ. I'm telling you, if you're in sports gambling, They got the total package, man. I'm talking about the total package. And the reason, look, guys, and Nick can vouch for me on this too. Nick and those guys have given me a lot already because I knew nothing, zero about the gambling aspects of sports. Nothing. And the past week, I've learned so much. And now I'm going to tell you guys how valuable Odds HQ is because I've just learned about the parlays, right? Well, check it out. That's how you fucking make money in this thing. Well, Boston Nick and those guys got everything you need for parlays because you go mix these different sports up on your parlay tickets. You could take $3 and win like $150, $200 easy because you're throwing baseball in there, basketball, some UFC fights, some boxing fights, and you throw what would appear to be like a lot of short things on like a 5-ticket, right, Nick? 5 or 6 ticket, and you just turn your money over.
You bet small and you bet small, or there's other things like prop bets. You know what I mean? You bet small. Like,
right.
There was a plus 2,000 that we almost were on going to be on last night. It was Darren Stewart to submit Patolo. Plus 2,000. $1 would win you $20. Imagine what $5. That's $100 bill. So, I mean, there's just different ways to make money. We give it all out there. Parlays, though, I will say, and because I'm, be truthful, you can, if you do too many parlays, you'll get screwed up in one card or in one night. You just want to put one together, and if you hit one a week, you're winning money. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
There we go.
But there's all kinds of ways to make money, guys. And here's the thing. Yeah. Nick and those guys will give you all of them. They'll give you all the tips. Do this, do that, do that. And if you follow them, I sat there the night we had Andre on. We had Andre from the Andre U. Yep. We sat there on the live. He kicked it with us like the last 3 fights. But bro, so many people was winning money that night. We had a guy in the chat that won 10 stacks. If he was telling the truth, he won 10 stacks on a Boston Nick bet. He said, "Yo, Nick, I did it. Boom, 10,000." There was another guy in there that won 1,000.
Yeah. Last night,
the guy who picked in the 3rd round because he was losing the fight. Yeah. I can't remember the fighter, but Nick said, "Hey, if y'all put some money on this for him to knock out in the 3rd round, you could win blah, blah, blah." So the guy just went and did it. Even though he was getting his ass kicked, guess what happened? He knocked him out in the 3rd round. He won $1,000.
Yep.
Just that simple.
Last night was actually our best night we ever had. I mean, we were fucking just murking the game. It was just amazing. I had Derek Lewis every freaking way. By knockout. We had him in 2nd round. We had him freaking literally. We had him under 2.5. I mean, you name it. I mean,
and here's the excitement of the events then, because like when you put little small wagers like that on it, guys, it makes bullshit fights exciting. Like fights that you wouldn't even see feel exciting. It automatically makes those fights exciting because you got something behind it. So it's a lot of fun, guys. They have a lot of fun over there on Oz HQ. They know they're
fun. There you go.
You know what I mean?
You nailed it right there. You said fun. We have a lot of fun. The chat is not. I don't cheat the chat like you, just like you do. I don't cheat the chat like it's the chat. That chat is part of the team. You know what I mean? And that's how you do it as well. That's how Jimmy the Bag does, and that's how I learned it from. You know what I mean? So it's that's what we call that shit, the Odd Squad Army, Odd Squad. You know what I mean? Right. So you know what I mean. If you guys want to be part of the Discord, you can email me at BostonNickMMA at gmail.com. I'm gonna drop you the link in your Twitter account.
Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you.
I started a boxing channel for boxing bets and stuff like that, and who to take. So that'd be dope, man.
Oh, Nick, we gotta talk about that. You already know we gotta talk about that.
Yep. And NBA too. There's NBA there too. So I want your NBA. You start popping your NBA play. Who you think's gonna win, bro? And there's already 115 people in the Discord, and I started 3 days ago.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up about that because, bro, I'm telling you right now, I'm on fire with this NBA shit, dog. On fire, absolute. Myron Madness, them in the building. What's good with you, bro?
What's up, man?
What's going on, dog?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Listening to your interesting topic of give, you shall receive, live to give for a little bit.
Right. Yeah, speak on it, fam.
elaborate. I want to add different layers to it, if I may.
Go ahead, do your thing.
I think when you have to give, or when you talking about live to give, I think you need to be something, has to be something that's more specific. And I think it has to be, from my experience, I think it need to be, because you got to understand, everything you say is perspective, right? You say everything's based on perspective, but understand that perspective is a compound word made up of different words. So perspective, when you say per, that means per uno. Perspect, from one spectating, per spectating ion, or if. So those are compound words. Those are three words in one. You got to understand all the three words before you really understand when you're talking about perspective, because the perspective is only as an individual thing. You know what I'm saying? So when you say per, you're talking about one person, and everybody in the world is not going to share the same perspect. Perspect means your speculation, from your linear vision, your viewpoint. You feel me? So the thing is, the problem with the live to give, that works when you're dealing with somebody on the similar frequency and share the same perspective as you. But if you run into people who do not share the exact same perspective, then you can live to give, right? You can give to receive what? Disappointment, heartache, stress, just to name three out of the many. So when you give, dude, you have to be careful who you're giving to, because I've given much and got pain in return. I've given much and got robbed, lent in a good hand. So it's also, so when you're talking about live to give, you want to give in order to live. It means, and I think you want to reverse the orientation of that. You want to give to live, and you choose what you give, and you choose what you receive back. Because the old saying is, you teach people how to treat you, right? Have you heard that before?
You treat people how you want to be treated, right?
Huh?
You treat people how you want to be treated.
No, I said you teach people how to treat you.
I've heard people say that. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I've heard that saying before.
Okay, so let me ask you, you got somebody who comes, you definitely agree with it. You understand it because it's innate nature. It's innate survival. When you just like when you go into a situation with somebody that keeps taking advantage of you, if you would keep allowing it, they would keep doing it, right?
Yeah, that's somebody you might have to teach,
exactly.
But not everybody.
So you teach people how to treat you, because you have to nip that joint in the bud immediately. You're like, I see where this is going. You do it on your channel a lot. We do it on our channels. You say, when you got some person that keeps a troll, that keeps doing stuff, what do you do to teach them how to not do that BS on your channel? You cut them off, you time them out, or you block them. So that's proof that you teach people how to treat you.
No.
Treat you the way you expect.
Yeah. I put them in timeout. That's what I do.
Hold on right quick, Myron. I hear what you're saying. I hear where you're coming from, but no, like hold on. It ain't facts now. It's facts. It's not facts, because listen, with some of the things you say here, like you said, you got to watch out of the person you're giving to, because if you give to them, okay, hear me out, Myron, hear me out. If you give to them, what they give back might not be what you want. But what I said was, you give and you depend on the divine. See, why would you give and depend on man to give you back? That's not what I preached up here. That's not what I spoke about. What I said, it is a universal law, a divine law. Man is not divine. The divine entity is God, man. So if you give to that man and you depend on that man to give you back, that's not what I'm advising people to do, because what I said up here is, I said, you give from the heart and you don't worry about what's coming back. The divine will handle that. So if you're giving to this man and expecting him to give back, or expecting what he will give back, then you're leading yourself to disappointment, because you shouldn't be expecting it from man. You should be expecting it to be returned from the divine. So you're leading yourself to disappointment. because you shouldn't have given with that intent that the man is going to give back to you. That's where you misled yourself.
You don't give to get at the same time. Real quick, you don't give to get, but at the same time, the teach thing, you're not teaching. You can't. Then you're being condescending if you're teaching somebody. That's the vibe. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Okay, so what you're saying is, when you give, you're always going to get back the exact same energy that you put out.
No.
There's so many instances in your.
You should feel good about the energy you put out, and that's it.
That's the thing, Myron. Right there,
so
this is where the disconnect is. This is where the disconnect is.
Hold on. Let me finish. So you're saying expect the divine to give you back from the energy that you put out.
I didn't say expect anything. See, this is where you're not hearing me. When you give from the heart with no expectations. What I'm telling you is the divine will take care of you because it's universal law. You don't expect anything, not from no man, not from anything. All you do is just give. This is universal law. This is divine law. If you give, it's automatically going to happen. You don't have to expect something that's automatically going to happen. If you jump off of a fucking 3,000-foot cliff, when you hit the ground, you're going to die. That's automatically going to happen.
What I'm saying, what my belief is, from my experience in life, if you give, okay, and you saying you expect the universal divine to give back to you, then why do you do that? Why are you expecting the God to give back or replace or give you something that you put out into the world? How do we know
I don't know where we getting lost, bro, because you keep saying expect, and I keep telling you shouldn't expect anything. I know that this is how it's going to work. Okay. I'm not expecting anything. Okay.
You're not expecting anything.
No. I know that God's word is what it is. This is my spirituality, okay? I know that what God's tell me, whatever God tells me to do and how he tells me to live, if I live that way, then my life is going to go the way I want it to go. So there's no expectation. It's like when you get in that car and you drive, you know where you're going. You know what you want to do. I know what life I want to live. I know where I want to go. And I know if I go this route, I'm going to be okay because God told me I'm going to be okay. Period, bro. I don't have to do anything with any expectation. I do it with love. I do it to help people. I do it because I care.
All right.
You understand?
If I gave to 10 people, they didn't give back to me, I would still be happy that I gave at least.
Have you got every bit of that love back?
What?
Have you gotten every bit of that love back?
Negative. That's not what it's about. I feel better about myself when I do that. It's about feeling good, and then you get good karma back sometimes. Sometimes you don't, but when you do get that good karma back, hey, it's worth 10 times fold.
Facts.
Okay. So what you're actually saying is, okay, you giving to make yourself feel better.
No, I'm giving to. Well, it feels good to give, doesn't it?
Right. Sometimes.
Yo, no,
I'm not saying I'm doing it to feel better. I'm saying I'm doing it because, yes, it feels good, but I'm not doing it to feel better. It feels good to give, and you should give if you have that to give.
But that's what you're saying. It feels better, so you're saying you feel good.
Of course you feel good. I don't feel bad about giving. Why would I feel bad about it?
I'm not. First of all, I'm not trying to take this. Don't get defensive about anything I'm asking.
No, I'm not.
Okay. I'm trying to So, all right. So, but do you understand that,
you've been given to wrong people? I can feel like you've gotten some bad energy from people that you've given to, and you've been wrong.
Everybody has.
Yeah.
So if I could flip that. So on the flip side, right? So you don't expect to get robbed if you robbed somebody when you were younger, but then when you're in that situation, right, where God puts you in that situation, all of a sudden it's like, damn, you automatically think back to when you did that. You know what I mean? And not saying that everybody here has done something like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like whatever, cheated on a girl, then you get cheated on, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like I really loved her, but then that girl that I cheated on loved me. You know what I'm saying? Like it always, Back.
Byron, when you were younger, did you ever steal anything when you were younger?
I think that's also based on chance.
Well, yeah, Byron, when you were younger, did you ever steal anything when you were younger?
A couple of times.
Okay, check this out. So when you gave to that person and you said you got robbed after you gave to that person, could it have been that you got robbed because you gave to the wrong person, or could it have been what I'm telling you? The energy you put out when you stole something, you got something taken back from you. And it came from that energy you put out before, not because you gave to that person, because you took something from someone else before. So God says that energy is coming back. Now, just because it happened at the time that you gave, so what? So be it. You still got something taken from you, because at some point in time, that's the energy you put out.
I understand what you're saying. So, what I'm saying, if I stole something if I stole a CD, didn't hurt nobody, right? But
Right.
I came back, something like a car got stolen from me. Are those equal, giving and receiving? I think that's what get most people caught up in the world. A lot of people give, and it seems like they never receive back. And also it's based off, like my man earlier said, about their awareness. Your awareness level, your cognitive ability, and your awareness level got to be on a certain level to realize when you are receiving back, and realize when it's proper to give, when it's proper not to give, though. So again, that's based off relativity, not just perspective, but relativity as well.
When is it improper to give? I cannot think of a time now.
Here's
that
proper.
it's improper
It's
for me
improper
to
to
give.
give. It's improper to give when that little instinct or that little thing on your shoulder said, okay, this is not the wise time to give.
Of course.
Because you're a product of your experiences. You learn from your experiences. No one's supposed to be given blindly. Just to give. That will bring back disappointment and bring back bad karma, because you may have, oftentimes, people negate the real knowledge also in the situation. They just like, maybe their guilty conscience of maybe something they did, say, okay, I'm going to give this to here, but they're giving it to somebody who's not just, who's not deserving.
Myron.
Everybody's not on the same frequency.
Myron, check this out.
Am I do you understand?
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but you're not hearing me. Check this out. You said, okay, well, let me finish, though. You said it could lead to disappointment. So I want to give you the definition of disappointment: a sadness or displeasure caused by the non-fulfillment of one's hopes or expectations. So what I'm telling you is, don't give. Hold up. Now let me talk. What I'm telling you is, when I give, when Nick gives, we don't give with expectations. Therefore, we will not be disappointed. You keep saying that you will be disappointed, but if you don't give with any fucking expectations, because disappointment is sadness or displeasure caused by the non-fulfillment of one's hopes or expectations. I don't hope for anything back when I give. I have no expectations of anything back. So I cannot be disappointed, like you say, in giving. I cannot. It cannot disappoint me, because I'm not leading myself. This is what I told you before. Don't lead yourself to disappointment. If you give with heart, if you give with the love of just pleasure of giving, you don't expect anything coming back from that man or that person. Therefore, you don't have this disappointment you claim that you'll get, because you never gave any expectations.
Okay, what I'm saying, when you were talking about your expectations, what are you talking about? When you give, you don't expect gratitude.
I don't expect anything from that person. I don't know why that's so hard for you to understand. If you're giving something,
I'm not talking about,
and you're expecting anything from them, then you're leading yourself to disappointment.
And you shouldn't be giving if you're trying to expect something.
So look, bro. My name, Magnus came from manifesting altruistic. Altruistic means to give and not expect nothing in return. Manifesting altruistic greatness now united spirits. I understand completely of giving without expecting nothing in return.
Right.
But I'm telling you, it's natural, innate in every being to at least expect some gratitude.
No, it's not, Byron. Because I'm telling you, I don't. Now what are you calling me a liar? I'm telling you right now, when I give to okay, well, I'm telling you, it cannot be a must or definite because I don't give with that expectation, fam. Nick's telling you right now, he's don't give with that expectation. There are a lot of people that do give with the expectations that you're talking about, but they're setting themselves up for disappointment. That's what I'm trying to tell you, fam. They're setting themselves up to be disappointed because when that person doesn't show gratitude, when that person doesn't give them $5 back when they're in a time of need, they're disappointed because they expected that. That's their fault.
I'm not gonna give my bum on the street $100 because I know he's gonna go use it on heroin. I go buy him some food though, so we can eat.
So, like I said at the beginning, you give to be specific. I said you must be specific. Remember I said that at the beginning?
Yeah, but it's still like
there you go. Okay, that's what I mean, bro.
I have no expectations, bro. That's all I'm telling you. Like, I'm just gonna give to a man to give.
My man said a good point there, though. My man just said a good point there.
What?
I said, like I said at the beginning, I said you have to be specific about what you give because everybody's on different frequencies.
I'm making a point here that I wouldn't give a bum $100 bill because he might be a heroin addict. I'd rather buy him some food.
Bingo. Right. Because your instinct, your
but I'm not expecting anything back.
Okay, let me flip this. Let me flip this, Myron. I would give that same bum. Hold on.
Discussion.
I know. I'm just discussing it. Hear me out. I'm a person that would give that bum $100. This is what I'm trying to tell you, and I'm not lying about it because I give winos, heroin addicts, and them on the street $5 and $10. I do that all the time. So I'm the type of person that would give that person that money. You know why I would? And I know that they may use it for drugs or heroin because I have another perspective on it. If anyone, and I mean anyone, is in a position where they have to stay on the street and ask for money, and they have to put away their pride, if they have to do that, then I don't give a fuck what they're asking for. I want to give and help them out. And I don't know what the reasons are. I just want to give.
That's all. I brought that up because, it's.
Yeah. No, I feel you. But there's a lot of heroin addicts and crackheads and winos that I give to all the time. One time I was going into a 7-Eleven. They don't have those stores here. And I got to get ready to go, guys, because the game already started. But one time I was going into a 7-Eleven back in VA, in Virginia. And I had about $30 on me. And this guy was standing out front. He said, "Hey, brother, I'm not even going to lie to you. I need $4 so I can get me a drink. And what I want to drink cost $4. Bro, I started cracking up laughing, and I gave that dude a $5 bill. Now, here's the deal.
Okay. Yeah.
He told me, and he ain't going to lie. He wanted to get a drink. So I knew he was going to go get alcohol with that shit. You understand? And I said, you know what? I'm going to give him this $5. Now, do you think that I had any expectation of this bum paying me back $5 the next day when he seen me? I had no expectations of anything. I just gave him $5. I didn't care what he was going to do with it. I just gave it to him. And it made me feel good at that moment. This is what I'm talking about. Live to give. Because at that moment, I was laughing with the guy. I felt good about giving him the $5. I was fucking happy. This is a stress relief. When you can learn to give without wondering about expectations, without wondering about being a disappointment, just give to feel happy about it. Feel good about it. You have blessed someone. And take that emotion that you have blessed someone and feel good about it. Don't worry about them giving back to you. Don't worry about them not being appreciative. Just worry about the act that you just put out there. You just gave to someone and you just helped someone, and that's all you need. You don't need anything else. And when you give with that, there's no expectation. There's no line of disappointment because you don't expect anything back. You're just giving from the pleasure of giving.
Okay, so it was a stress relief for you and for him. For both.
It could be. It could be. It is not necessarily. It's because some people that you give to, some people actually get offended. Did I ask you? I don't need this. I don't need no handouts. Is that a stress relief to them? So it doesn't matter what. This is what I'm trying to tell you. It's that's what it's about. We're individuals. God put us here individually for a reason, right? That's why I always say no one can make you angry. Someone says something, you take it into your brain and you say, I'm either going to laugh at that or I'm going to be mad about that. But they didn't make you angry. You made yourself angry by what perspective you took on what they said. People come up here and say shit to me all the time and I laugh at it. They go on another person's channel and say the same thing and they cuss them out. They going back and forth. It's just who decided to be mad and who decided to be happy.
But again, it's like you said, it's our perspective. And understand that a person's experiences, one's experiences dictates their perception, and that will control their perspective. Your experiences dictate your perception, which then dictates your perspective. So that's an individual thing, like you said. So if you understand that, you cannot impose your perspective on other people, correct?
You shouldn't try to. You shouldn't attempt to do that. There's no need to do that.
So live to give is putting your perspective on somebody else, correct?
No, how the hell is it doing that, Myron? I don't even understand the correlation. How about me giving somebody help? I'm pushing my perspective on them. How am I doing that? If I hand that bum on the street $5 to go get him some wine, am I trying to put my perspective on him to go give to everyone? It's not doing that.
Okay.
It makes no sense.
All right, the question, D, relax. Is live to give a perspective, a religion, a practice based on practice or a habit for the way you should live your life?
It's just a habit. Let's say that it's a habit. It's a habit.
Yes, it's a habit because the word religion comes from the word. I deal with etymology, not definitions. Religion comes from the word religare, and that means to bind, and that's based off a habit or a practice. A religion is a habit.
It could be a way to live too.
That's the same thing. A practice or a habit is a way to live.
Okay.
You know,
right,
ideologies. Ideologies are when you're dealing with something of a celestial being. Those are the ideologies. But religion is anything. I can say I religiously wake up every morning and have a cup of coffee. I need that. Somebody lives by that, that's their religion. He religiously shoots 20,000 jump shots a day to get his jump shot proper. That's Michael Jordan's religion. That was his religion. You understand? So religion is a habit or a practice. From the word religare, or some say religia. You could etymology look those up. But so what I'm saying is, live to give is a perspective of one, but it's perspective shared by many people. But it's still an individual thing that one chooses to have. So, and I'm not in disagreement with that, and I believe in that. I believe in that sometimes, but I also think God, the Most High, God, whatever you want to call him, you choose to call him by, the creator of all, the universal God, you know what I mean? He gave you, not only with, he gave you senses, he gave you the ability to learn, he gave you ability to decipher and judge when it's proper to give and when it's not proper to give. And it's based on, it's an individual thing. It's not like all the time. It's circumstantial. It's on a particular situation. Well, this is a proper time, or maybe I should give them something. And you may be giving them something where you, and give is also a relative word as well, because when one may think is giving somebody something, another person may not think that's giving them something. You know what I mean? So I go up to, like you said, that guy on the bum, and he looked for $5, right? Or he asking you for something. But if I chose to sit down and talk with them for 5 minutes, 15 minutes, and share in my opinion at that moment, a good conversation or a camaraderie at that moment, that's giving as well.
That's
so
giving as well.
So we got to understand what is giving. So we got to, I mean, let me finish that. I'm almost done. We have to also understand what is proper to give and what is not what is proper to give. We have to understand what's needed at that moment or what's proper to give. You understand? What is giving? What type of giving? Or what idea of giving at that moment will be helpful for this person for the future? You can't just give, boom, 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 say like a bum, you are maybe hurting that person. You feel me? Because you also are enabling them to do what? Keep on giving. Like, because, asking for money, should I say, make them keep on asking for money instead of trying to find a way to earn the money. You know what they say about beggars in the Bible, okay? And God don't like beggars. So it depends on, we have to choose what to give.
That's an interpretation. That's an interpretation. That's an interpretation from a religion. That's all that is. God don't like beggars. That is an interpretation from a religion, and that's something that I don't believe the Bible was explaining. That is an interpretation
that's
from a
not just in
religion.
the Bible, though.
God loves all, bro. And
that's in all the books.
Don't like beggars and all of this. Nah.
No, that's in all the books. No. I say the Bible because y'all saying the word God, so I use the word Bible. See, words, the power, the true power is words, bro. And words and definitions dictate people's reality. So when you talk about perspective, a perspective is dictated by, again, experience, perception, and then perspective is also dictated by the words. So the true power, and you want to give somebody, give them the ability to define their own reality. And that is, when you have to do that, change the word. So like we do it all the time. Everything we say bad, right? Bad, we turn good to bad. We change the definition.
Marlon, my dude, I hate to cut you off, dog, but I need some closing thoughts because my game is 15 minutes. I said 15 minutes ago I need to leave, nigga. I got a basketball game to do. So give me some closing thoughts, bro. Give me some closing thoughts.
Close it out. But understand that it's all, again, it's based off one's perspective and on their experiences. Dictates their perception, and that dictates their perspective. You feel me? Your experiences dictate your perception, that dictates your perspective, and that's an individual thing. So you have to find a common ground that you know is called the ARC, Affinity Reality Communication, the arc triangle. So understand, find a place where you and somebody share the same reality, and then you go forward from that, and you try to perhaps then add on to their perspective and their experiences with you, and give that way. But it's not necessarily a material thing or whatever. You know what I mean? Give your being, give your ear. You can give a whole bunch of different ways. You feel me? So I just wanted to expound on this thing called giving. You know what I mean? Because I don't think the best thing is always giving something material to help somebody out.
Not material.
Can hurt them.
Material. It's about giving, and there's no definition about it. And that would be my closing thought.
All right, I appreciate that, Nick. I appreciate that, Double Limb.
But I appreciate it, Myron.
Oh, always, bro. You know you're always welcome here. Glenn Avery, give me some closing thoughts right quick, fam.
Well, I mean, you know, like, again, you could give time to volunteering. You could give time and energy and dieting and exercising. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of ways to give, but I'm not going to get lost in the semantics because I appreciate you being an etymologist and all of that. But, you know, for the same reason you were saying whatever you believe in is God, right? But then you also said he. So you know what I'm saying? That right there is a perspective. So, you know, there's always going to be a little bit of muddiness in the waters when it comes to things like that. But I think the ultimate idea here is being positive and sending positive vibes out in order to return to receive positive vibes. And I think that that most people would appreciate that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he is based off a habit. That's a habit. God is not a he or she.
Right, and that's my point. That's what I'm trying to say, because for me, it's the omniscience, omnipresent, omnibeing, which is whatever you want to call it. But me, at the end of the day, I'm very spiritual. I grew up reading the Bible and reading the Cowan and you know what I'm saying, reading the Torah, trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, I've looked into Buddhism, I've looked into, you know, all types of Zoroastrianism, like I've looked in all types of religions just to see what everybody believed in and how we got to this place right now in 2020, right? So I mean, like I appreciate everybody's perspectives, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, for me, I know that there's something greater. I don't know what it is, but I know that when I send out positive vibes, I receive positivity in return. And that's from my own experiences. So how can I quantify that to you? Maybe I can't quantify that in one discussion, right? Because for you, you're going to have your perspective. But I think overall, other people are telling you that they've also experienced that. And I guess at the end of the day, you know, we'd have to take a whole collective study to determine what's right and what's wrong as far as that belief. But
it's just not a guarantee.
it's not. But I'm right now. I'm happy with that.
I gotta end this, man. We can't keep going back and forth. I got a basketball.
Last thing, spirit. When we say we're spiritual, that's not nothing we need to say, because every being is a spirit. Okay, it's your physical body that makes you either a mammal, animate being, or whatever. But it's a spirit that animates the being within you. So when we say we're spirituality, is kind of a redundant statement, because everybody, all of us, are spirit here.
But it's about awareness. It's about awareness of it.
Yeah. Brian Harkin, give us some closing thoughts, fam.
All right, very quickly. I don't see Devinchenko or Charlo keeping Devinchenko off him, but I think Charlo wins on points. That's very quickly on that. Okay, if you walk down the street and you go past somebody and you say hello to them, you might get a hello back, you might not.
Facts.
You know, if you put out a positive energy, next person you may walk past, somebody may walk past, you go hello back. You know, so, you know, it's just as simple as that there. A simple hello can change somebody's day.
Yep. Sure.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep. That's it.
All right, D, I'm gonna see you over there because I want to put some live bets in. So, if you see something, a team starting to wilt or over under certain quarters, I need to know the stuff.
Okay, I'll keep you posted. How about that? I'll send you some text messages throughout.
I'll be in the chat.
Oh, all right, bet. All right, guys. So all of you Double M, Brian Harkin, my man Glenn Avery, Boston Nick, make sure y'all get over there to Oz HQ. Get over there to Boxing Logics United. Check these fellas out. Supreme channels, as you can see, Double M, Supreme Knowledge, man. Appreciate all you guys, but I gotta go because my basketball game is 20 minutes late. For the love of sports. Let's talk.
Thanks for having me on, man. Peace to all of you.
No doubt.
Peace.